Let me tell you about what it takes to win in life, in business, in relationships, getting the goal you want, being that guy in the gym. You know, I'll give you an example. Think about this. We'll have the competition of countries. America, in the past, was the best country in the world. It was at the top, right? Do you know how it got there? It got there by bombing people, putting down the other, destroying other countries, filling other countries with, like, funding terrorists in other countries or whatever. Like, let's not to get political, but they got to where they were at the top by putting down other countries, not because being the best, winning, isn't about getting to a certain point. It's not about getting to a certain level. Winning is about being above everyone else. If everyone is rubbish, if no one went to the gym and you were the one person in the world that went to the gym, even if you had a disgusting physique, you're the winner, right? Because everyone else loses, right? But you need to be ruthless, and you need to sacrifice. You need to know it's every man for himself. This is what this video is about. I'm going to tell you that, like, it's every man for himself. Yes, there's people who out there like me. I'll help you. I put these videos out to help men because maybe they're in situations that I was in the past, whatever. I put these videos out to help people, to get them up, right? However, like, you're still my competitor. If you're a man, you're still my competitor, and my goal is to outwork you. Because if I don't outwork you, then you're taking my money, you're taking my business, you're taking my wife, right? That's how it is. That's how it works, man. It's always been like that. If you weren't the tribe that was working like hard, if you weren't the top guy in the tribe, whatever, you weren't getting the woman. Now, not to say that the advice I give you is bad. Like, why would I tell you this if I just wanted you to lose? No. The advice I give you is good. I can give you all the advice in the world. That's the thing. I can tell you the key to everything, to success, to woman, to business, to making money. I can literally tell you every single thing you need to know. You would not need to learn anything else ever. The thing that holds most people back is their own mind, right? The thing that holds people back is their willingness to take the decision and make the sacrifice they need to, and be ruthless and destroy the competition. Push themselves harder than they've ever pushed themselves. That's what makes winners. I can tell you, I can transfer everything in my brain that I know into yours. Not even just replace it, just add it, and then you've got more knowledge than me, right? Because you've got different experiences and stuff, and you could still lose because you might not put in the work. You don't put in the work. If you don't put in the work, don't make the sacrifice, you don't cut off the people, don't do the hard stuff that people like me do, the winners, right? If you want to be a winner, you have to do the hard stuff no one else wants to do, because that's what winning is. I told you, it's not getting to a certain level, it's doing the stuff that the other people don't do, being above the other people. If you simply just cut off the people that other people aren't really willing to cut off, and be the ruthless, like, have the ruthlessness that other people don't have, then you're going to be winning. Now, when I talk about sacrifice, a lot of people get it mixed up. So I'm going to give you a good example that First Man brought up. I think it's really good. He said Thanos, I believe, and I think just broader example is be the villain. Sometimes you have to be the villain. It's great to be the good guy, but every man should have the potential to be the villain and know when to, like, be that guy. Now, what I mean by that isn't do bad things, be a horrible person. I don't mean that. I mean, you have to put yourself first and think about your goal, your purpose, your benefit. Sometimes you have to be a bit selfish in order to win, right? People are selfish. You always do stuff for your own good, right? That is the goal of the human. You do stuff for your own good. Now, for example, Thanos, he wanted to end world whatever, right? And he did that by halving the population, right? The sacrifice, that is a sacrifice in itself. And then when he wanted to do it with the whole universe, he literally sacrificed what he loved most. Because that's like the movie plot, right? I think it was like some guy was like, you need to sacrifice what you love most, and he killed his daughter, right? That you need to be able to sacrifice everything you have in order for your greater good, for the greater good, or for your greater good. You need to sacrifice your friends. Get rid of them. If they're not gonna be helping you, get rid of them. Get rid of those friends, right? These people are just gonna. There's certain people that just keep messing with you, trying to put you down. Then, like after a certain point, when they cross the line too many times, you're gonna have to, like, tell them, look, don't cross the line. You're gonna have to put them down. It doesn't matter if you lose, like, or win, right? You're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to take action, right? Or maybe you have a goal, right? You have a goal, but she's taking too much time, right? You're not going to be winning in business. You're not going to be winning in the gym because she's taking up too much of your time. You have to make the sacrifice, get rid of her. I don't care how much you like her, you have to get rid of her because you have to focus on what's most important. You need to have a list of priorities from the most important to the least important. And if something is the most important thing, as a man, you should have a purpose. And that should be above everything else. Not your woman, not your family. Your purpose should be above everything else. If your purpose is to help, say, people, like I'm helping young men, trying to make the world a better place by helping as much people as you can, like you help yourself, right? Giving everyone the lessons that I've learned so that they can have a better life. That is your purpose. No one's getting in the way. If I have someone in my life who gets in the way of that, then I take them out of my life. It's that simple. You have to be ruthless. It can be as simple as sacrificing the video games you want to play or the food you want to eat. You want to sacrifice the dopamine of eating that cookie, and instead you have some good food, right? Or the sacrifice you make for your business, right? If your business is your priority and your life is your priority, like your attention, you sacrifice getting more like temporary gratification, instant gratification in the gym by eating carbs and eating rubbish to get an easy bulk, right? And instead you focus on eating like real food. You can still bulk with real food. You don't need all these like fit your macros, carbs and stuff. Like people that believe in calories, that's for the gym maybe. Alright, but eat real food, and your focus and your brain power will increase. And a lot of people, they're gonna struggle with this. So I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you're gonna eat carbs, do not eat carbs, right? During the day, during the morning, during the midday. If you're gonna eat carbs, eat it at the end of the day with your last meal before you go to sleep, or maybe have like a few like fruits or whatever before the gym. This is a good idea because you don't need that brain power in the gym. You can have those carbs, you can have those fruits, whatever, before the gym, but don't have anything processed, because anything processed is just killing you. It's poison. How it's like food's meant to like deteriorate, and like if you leave it out, it's meant to deteriorate in days, right? Not months, not weeks, right? It's not real food. If you're not eating real food, eat real food. It's better for your mental. That's the sacrifice. You could easily eat carbs and eat rubbish and eat protein bars, have your protein, your fuel, stuff like that. You can easily do that. But if you want to have like a better mind, you have to sacrifice that. Having to eat a bit more, cook better, not having all this pre-prepared rubbish, you have to sacrifice that. And this is one example. All I'm saying is it's every man for himself. You are my competition. I'm helping you, but you are my competition. And how crazy is that? Do you understand this? How I'm so confident in myself that I'm giving you all of the advice that you need to be successful, and I still think I'm gonna outwork you. Not because I think you're dumb or I think you're stupid. It's because so much people just don't want to put in the work. The majority of people do not want to put in the work. You know, if you're at the stage that I was at, like for the advice I'm giving my younger self, if I'm talking, like, when you give advice, you talk to your younger self. If I'm right now, I'm talking to my younger self. If you are my younger self, you're not going to be able to do this work. I know you're not going to be able to do this work. I know I can tell you everything you need to know, but it gets to a certain stage where it's like, it's your mind, your willingness to put in the work. All the little things, min-maxing, all the little things, you know. Yeah, I can tell you everything about this, but if you don't know about testosterone and focus, then you're not going to be able to apply it. If you don't know about meditation, you're not going to be able to stay doing one thing for elongated amount of time, like working on a business or going to the gym consistently. Or even if it's as simple as you want to play like an hour of video games a day, right? Those are the things that will make you lose. Because if you're not at the top, if you're not on top of everyone, you're not winning, right? If everyone was playing an hour of video games every day and you played half an hour, you could win. Do you know why? Because everyone else is playing an hour. But if there's people out here who are not playing a single minute, a second of video games a day, then guess what? If you want to win, you have to be doing the same thing. You have to not be playing a single second, because anything like that pushes you down the leaderboard. And the lower you go down the leaderboard, the worse your woman gets, the worse your business is, the worse your income is, the worse your life is, right? So I just want you to think to yourself, we can do this. Say, I want to be more ruthless. And maybe you can start doing that now. Reflect on your life. Think, is there people around me who are taking away my energy, taking away my potential to do stuff? Is there people around me who are like wasting my energy, that I'm talking to when I don't need to? They're not giving me any help, they're not advising me, they're not actually helping me. They're just like those gamer friends that you don't want to give up because they're the only people that like chill with you or whatever. You know, it's think. Anything you can do to make your productivity and your status in the leaderboard better. Because look, there's two leaderboards. There's the active leaderboard, and then there's the future leaderboard. And the active leaderboard, this is the way I like to think of things. This is because a lot of people, they're like, oh, they don't see the results. They don't move in the active leaderboard, right? So they think they're not progressing anywhere. They give up. And they think these other people are better than them because they're higher in the active leaderboard. But where you want to be is higher in the future leaderboard. Active leaderboard is what you have now, the money you have now, the people you have now, the body you have now, the money, like the business you have now, right? And the future leaderboard is where you're gonna be. You know, someone could have like a way better gym body than you if they're not, but it could be because of time, it could have been because of something else. They could be in a higher position in the active leaderboard if you're doing better habits than them every single day, and that you're not doing the bad habits that they're doing, you're higher in the active leaderboard. How it works, the future leaderboard, is the more good habits you do, the higher up you go. If you do a certain amount of good habits, right, you can't do every single thing in one day. So the more impactful a habit is, the higher you go, right? And then if you do a bad habit, you go down in the leaderboard. If you're doing bad habits, you go down in the leaderboard. The badder the habit, the lower you are. So you could be here, you could be in the middle. But if you're higher in the future leaderboard, then first of all, at a certain level in the active leaderboard, you're not going to get any attraction at all, right? But once you're a certain level in the active leaderboard, not even that crazy, right? But the thing is, if you want attraction, if you want women, they're going to be looking at the future leaderboard. A majority of the time, That's what they're going to be looking at. If you act like, don't act like you're on the active. Don't act like, oh, this guy's better than me because right now he's got this, he's above me in this. Because if you know if you're above him in the future leaderboard, you've got that, you're doing the good habits he's not doing, he's doing bad habits you're not doing. You put yourself above him. You know, you have to know you're better than that man, because now he's better than you, but 5, 10 years, 1 year, you'll be way better off than him. Unless he changes his habits, and still you're better off, because that's the competition. It's all these tiny little things. If you get 1 month of good habits and that stack up in the future, you're going to be above them, because those 1 months where they haven't been doing those, they haven't got those extra, but they've actually been doing bad habits as well. That's been taken away, negative points that are stacked up, and that's going to contribute. So if you do the work now, you're already going above in the leaderboard. That's where you want to be. You want to be at the top of the future leaderboard. Alright, don't want to be at the top of the active leaderboard, because this is like, it's like a slow leaderboard, right? The future leaderboard is your habits, right? Your habits, not your actual things that you have already, right? And the active leaderboard, it's slow. It might take ages, but it will catch up to your future leaderboard. If you're at the top of the future leaderboard, guess what? It might take 5 years, it might take 10 years, it might take 20 years, it might take 50. You're going to get to the top of the active leaderboard as long as you stay on top of the future leaderboard. So it's that simple. It's a competition. Don't put yourself down by thinking he has something right now, because what you have, if you put in the work and sacrifices, you're going to have the habits. You're going to have the habits he doesn't have, and you're going to not have the bad habits that they have, right? That's your way to competition. That's your way to win. It's not by actually having something, it's by having the habit. The habit is what gives you the item, what gives you the business, what gives you the gym body, right? So that's it. If you find this helpful, you can put this into action right now. Think of what's been literally, you can, if you've got any sort of cognitive abilities, right, you can sit down. No, don't click on another video. Literally pause this. Don't go on your phone. Don't listen to music. Literally put on a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, whatever, how long you want, timer on your phone, depending on how in depth you want to be, and think of all the things properly. What has been holding you back? Why are you not higher in the active leaderboard? It's because something is holding you down in the future leaderboard as well, right? So you need to think, how can I increase my position in the future leaderboard, not in the active leaderboard? No one cares about that. Alright, what can I do to increase my level in the future leaderboard? Think. Pause the video now. No other stuff. Think, what's holding you back? Write it down somewhere, or just keep a note in your head and fix the problems. If it's a person holding you back, cut them out. If it's something you're not doing that you know you should be doing, start doing it. If it's something you're doing that you shouldn't be doing, cut it out. You need to take the sacrifice. People at the top of the future leaderboard, they don't have enjoyment. They will not have enjoyment until the active leaderboard catches up. That's what gives you enjoyment. But even still then, a lot of the time, to actually be at the top, you have to cut all of this, because the active you'll get real enjoyment. People at the bottom of the both leaderboards, right, it's because they're playing video games, they're getting the fake enjoyment. You don't want that. But if you enjoy my video, remember to like and subscribe, right, to see more videos like this. And we've got a free community. If you want to ask any questions, recommend any videos, or you need any help, you can join. Message me, it's free. It's in the description. Cheers.